This KFAN podcast is sponsored by Builders and Remodelers, exclusive Twin Cities provider of Elements Windows. Get the highest quality windows at unmatchable value. Visit buildersandremodelers.com for more details.
What up, 9 to noon, second hour upon us, and it's Vikes Bites. Vikes Bites brought to you by Thousand Hills, lifetime grazed grass-fed beef. And you can shop online. Box of Meat shows up at your doorstep. You can also go to your local Coburn's and Kowalski's locations and local co-ops as well. Proud sponsors of Gophers Athletics.
Beef.
And a Minnesota company. Beef all day long, nutrient dense, something about regenerative agriculture that they know a ton about and I don't know much about, but it means that the product is delicious. Beef. My first Vike Bite. A couple of pressers yesterday that I want to dig into and lots to chew on. Vikes Bite style in terms of the head coach and Thursday's quarterback, Carson Wentz. It was announced that Carson will indeed be under center on Thursday night against the LA Chargers. But the practice window for another player has opened up. Let's hear from the head coach on Aaron Jones.
Also wanted to make note of Aaron Jones' 21-day window opening up today. That'll be something that will happen today, and we'll see where he's at. Potentially for his availability on Thursday night.
So even prior to Aaron Jones being hurt, PA, through the first two games, Jordan Mason had the lion's share of attempts. And I forget exactly where the snaps were. Of course, Aaron Jones did have that receiving TD against the Bears. But it was already kind of playing out where, okay, Jordan Mason is, you can't call him really a bell cow, but in terms of the tandem, the guy running between the tackles was going to be Jordan Mason. But potentially welcome back tomorrow night, Aaron Jones. What dynamic do you think he offers, if healthy, if happy, if ready to rock, in splitting things up between he and Mr. Mason?
We intimated it late last week, and then again with Ben yesterday, is I would not be surprised if Aaron played tomorrow night. Now, how much? That's the question.
Yeah.
I don't believe. For him to come back, it's like some aggressive Darisaw recovery bit, and all of a sudden Jones is on a good game, and Xavier Scott's carrying it 5 times in the fourth quarter, and nobody knows why. So if he comes back, he will play a fair amount. That's my guess. Now, where things change is Jordan. I mean, Jordan, outside of one lost fumble, 2 fumbles overall, Jordan has done pretty much exactly what Jordan was asked to do. He's not going to run away from you. That's just it. Jordan Mason is not going to run away from anybody. Aaron Jones will run away from you. So now you add a speed element to the offense, a fluidity element with somebody who naturally catches it better than the other guy. And, you have something about which to think that's different if you're the LA Chargers, with the assumption that Aaron Jones plays. So, and then it takes reps off Mason, and you go back more into, what we'll talk about an hour and 10 minutes from now, identity. The Minnesota Vikings have no identity right now. I mean, now granted, mediocre, middling, 500 type bits. Well, they all lack identity because are you a loser or are you a winner? Oh, you've done this 3 times and that 3 times. So you're neither a winner or a loser, which leads to some apathy. But they lack identity in so many areas. So this will add to the identity piece if he plays against the LA Chargers. I would say from a catching standpoint, he does have 1 receiving touchdown this year, Aaron Jones.
Vikes Bites! Kevin O'Connell also had this to say in relation to Dallas Turner.
He's had obviously a lot of snaps and some impactful plays. I think we're asking him to do quite a bit, especially in our emphasis of trying to stop the run last week. I thought Dallas was really, really good setting edges against a really physical front. Hard O-line to rush against, especially at the tackle spots, and wanting to try to contain Hurts as much as we could. Maybe limited some of the, creativity of some of the rushes, but the strain, the finish, his use of his, gifts to rush the passer are being used and emphasized, but also growing on a daily basis.
For Dallas Turner, and just expecting we won't be seeing Andrew Van Ginkel tomorrow night, Dallas Turner, an opportunity maybe not to go against consummate All-Pro Lane Johnson, but also will it be Joe Alt, who's been limited the last couple of days via the walkthrough-esque injury report that's been being released? You have, I believe, Trey Pipkins has been limited throughout the week as well. Injury-laden front for the Chargers offense.
Big time.
Potential for more success on a Thursday night against these Bolts versus Lane Johnson and the Birds last Sunday.
I would expect Alt to play.
Okay.
There are key members of the Vikings who expect Joe Alt to play, and he'll be coming off a 1 month layoff. Didn't hear anything about Pipkins. Rashawn Slater, maybe the best of the bunch, he's out for the year. So we'll go depth chart diving here in about 20 minutes.
Ooh.
They have some interesting players on their offensive line. I mean, whether it's like this right tackle, Bobby Hart. I mean, he started 2 games in 5 years. I mean, they're really, really desperate for the right tackle situation. They have this Dukalek or whatever, who plays left tackle. Well, that goes to Alt if Joe plays. So, maybe they'll move this guy to right, because this Bobby Hart, man, holy cow. I mean, he started a lot of games like 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago. Might have played for the Cardinals or something, but he wasn't playing football, and now he's starting games. So that could favor the Minnesota Vikings right tackle. But Bradley Bozeman, I don't get a chance to look at or learn about Bradley Bozeman, their center, too frequently, simply because the Vikings don't play the LA Chargers all the time. My man's had a wonderful, wonderful career. I think he's coming up to like his 121st game.
Bradley Bozeman.
Yeah, Bradley Bozeman, center for the LA Chargers. And I remember how good he was with the Baltimore Ravens. So that's why Bradley Bozeman was on my radar. Then he played with Thielen in Carolina. Thielen last week told me some good things about him, about just his leadership skills with a bunch of young players, and like Tyler Moton, and like how Bradley works with him, and he's just kind of a serve first guy. And so then I'm memorizing some numbers and
body types.
Yeah, last night, and I'm like, damn, look at their center go, look at him run. And then I went in and with the game calling depth chart, started to complete the Chargers offense. And I'm like, Bradley Bozeman's had an awesome career with not many penalties, and he's blocked for some tricky, different situations. I like their center. He's very intriguing to me. Now you get to the running backs, and things just fall off a little bit there.
That's going to be a problem tomorrow night for the Chargers.
And I didn't know into the game or into the week, Herbert led the NFL in passing yards. I mean, he's number 1.
Yeah, he has to.
Number 1.
Well, even early on, Omarion Hampton was not necessarily uber effective. Mm-hmm. And then you have Najee Harris pop the Achilles early in the season.
Yeah.
And so struggling and chasing in a fair number of games as well they have.
Yeah.
The inability to run the ball has put it in the hands of Herbert, and he is freaking airing it out.
Yeah. Well, when we go depth chart diving, their leading rusher, I think will be intriguing to some people.
Vikes Bites. I was looking at Bozeman, by the way, before we move on. Mm-hmm. He succeeded Ryan Kelly at Bama.
Right.
And he was a 6th round pick. Nice career for a 6th round pick,
Big
hanging
time.
in for 8-9 years as he has.
That's what was eye-opening to me, was he was drafted so late and he's done so much. Well, like Tony Jefferson. I mean, I'm stepping on all my depth chart deep dive touchdown calls right now, but that's okay. One of their free safety, Tony Jefferson.
Former Raven as well, maybe?
And Arizona, with whom he came into the NFL in like 2013, undrafted. I mean, my man's made an 11, 12-year career being undrafted, starting a million games. That's just really, really good when you're able to do things like that.
Vikes Bites, speaking of center for our team, is there a controversy at the center spot?
I feel like, we're giving both those guys some reps this week, and we'll go with what we think is the best 5 for the game for sure.
Okay. Well, and that was short. I should have prefaced it. The head coach was speaking specifically to Michael Juergens, who it sounds like is healthy and potentially an option on Thursday night.
And Brendel really came back to the pack last game.
Yes.
Now let's keep the context. Let's keep the context in mind.
Okay.
It was Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis.
Yes, that matters.
Now the week before that. The game before that is Malik Collins and Mason Graham. They're good. They're not in Carter Davis's class
as a tandem, right?
When Carter and Davis are engaged.
Yep.
The engagement factor with the Eagles, well, that's, like I said, that's a problem. It legitimately is a problem because of the human nature aspect. They got all this cash and they got this ring. They bicker, but when they push the button and say, we're going to go, you better hide the women and children because Carter and Davis are just fantastic. Now, this week against the LA Chargers is different. It's a different group up front compared to what Blake, Donovan Jackson last week, and or Will Fries have seen the last couple of games.
Remember when Tierre Tart threw Garrett Bradbury out of the chat?
Yeah. Tierre Tart, the former Titan, second year with the Chargers. He's a very, very strong man.
Yes.
And he's going to be opposite Donovan Jackson, who is a very, very strong man. And who's the other one there? There's,
I see the nose is a rookie, Jamari Caldwell.
Yep, that's right. And he has a sack. Yep, he's twitchy. He's fast. They actually like him a lot. I'm
excited for your deep dive because you found the pronunciation for a Boygby.
Oh, yeah, it's Eboigbe, something like that. But somebody who didn't play last game for the Chargers has had a wonderful 2-year run out there, and I'm just curious to hear how Lieber and Bursic talk about him on the radio.
Oh, come on.
Troy Dye.
I think he's back.
He's like third in tackles.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got like an interception or a sack.
Does he fill out those shoulder pads?
I don't know if his shoulders still look like coat hangers, underneath those shoulder pads, but they like him a fair amount out there.
I can't remember which one said this to me, but they're like, digging Troy, doing his thing on special teams, but it looks like senior night at a high school game when everyone gets to play. The way those shoulder pads sat on the shoulders of Troy Dye.
I know, because his shoulders aren't broad. He's angular and straight up. And
great. He's going to have 12 tackles.
Troy is fast. Troy is fast. Hey.
Vikes Bites. Brought to you by Thousand Hills.
Wait, on the other side. Somebody I don't think played last game. Maybe he did, but he didn't register anything. Tyler Conklin.
No way.
He's
back.
Herbert fires deep. What? Conklin wide open? Nah, that ain't going to happen.
No, I don't think so. Hey, to the quarterback spot. I've been just kind of sitting on a couple of things here. This was interesting from the head coach via his presser yesterday that kind of alluding, if this was a full week, if this was a Sunday game, I'm just thinking about the kid QB, J.J. McCarthy. Maybe we could have seen into the weekend if he was able to go.
We did put J.J. McCarthy through an on-field workout just to see if he had a chance to make it this week. JJ, the medical staff, myself, we're all kind of encouraged about where he's at and the progress he's making, but he's just not there. And if this was a Sunday game, maybe it would be a little bit of a different story, and we could push it throughout the week and see where he's at towards the end of the week. But really, I look at today almost as the combination of a Wednesday, Thursday, but really it is a Friday on the timeline of coming up on being 48 hours out from the game.
A little more from the head coach here. Kind of what does he still need to learn? Whether it's foundation, it's footwork, it's at a base level, of course, the health to the ankle. What else, in terms of feeling comfortable, reactivate him and putting him on the field? I
feel really good about the work we've done on the foundation of his fundamentals. That's been pretty evident through the work that he's done, and he's really the commitment to doing that. It's really just about hey, there's maybe a guy gets edged and I don't really know the movement I'm going to have to make. That's where he still feels it, and if he doesn't have the ability to do that pain-free, we obviously risk setting him back, which would be very, very unfortunate with the time lost already. But also giving him the best chance to go out there and have success is ultimately what we're looking for.
So the commitment to the plan. He is committed to the plan. If he's not ready to rock, he's not going to rock, so he's not tomorrow night. And it still feels as kind of things have settled in with the injury that a week from now, we're looking at a practice week that will include the Detroit Lions on the back end of it. that feels like a more natural spot to potentially see number 9 again.
Yeah, I'm just done guessing about it.
Yeah.
And quite honestly, I'm done thinking about it until this team identifies itself as a winner or a loser. And then even your announcer and those listening now, fans.
Yeah.
Well, we will start, putting more focus on something that looks to have future of the franchise to it. At least you believe it has future of the franchise to it. So when I say I don't think about it or talk about it much, is because what I share is what I share kind of draws the metaphorical line in the sand. When I see J.J. McCarthy walk at practice, off buses, into hotels, into road stadiums or home stadiums, there is a hitch in his giddy up. There is a little tiny limp still with that thing. So now you go to the O'Connell facet of the equation. All right. I mean, Kevin's the reigning coach of the year. Okay. So it is so petulant and ridiculous for those who would think there's a level of security or soft benchings and things. No, the guy knows there's going to be a National Football League tomorrow and next year. And this guy's going to be a big part of it. So whether, I'm certainly not speaking for him, but if I were, it'd be like whether we're middling at 3-3, whether we're 5-1 or we're 1-5, the right thing has to be done with this asset.
Yes.
It has to be handled exactly the way the medical part of it, the discernment with the coaches and the discernment and honesty with the player. Because, again, we're talking about a 22-year-old who has fewer than 100 regular season snaps or 125 regular season snaps, who now, in essence, coming off the high ankle, kind of has to reinvent part of the technique and part of the footwork and the foundation and the base and everything that was established over, a year and change, simply because you're not going to step the right way. And I'm not trying to be quarterback guru guy here, like former pitcher Tom House, who teaches quarterbacks to throw, which is weird. But I ain't trying to be that guy. But I'm just saying, from what I've seen and or heard over the years, is if you're still battling something, then your footwork and your technique isn't going to be what it needs to be if you're still feeling something. You can get close, but you know what else it affects? The mind.
Right.
Is you're thinking about it. That's what I was wondering about with Wentz last week. I mean, Wentz has the left shoulder. What else does Carson have? Like what else does Carson have with a hip, an ankle? I don't know what it would be. Just when you're thrown down 14 times the way he has been, and when you're hit on some of these running plays the way he's been hit, is, Carson wants to play. And Carson, he wants to be the guy to do well until the prodigy returns.
Yeah.
It's just Carson with the sidearm stuff and the looping passes and the indecision last game.
Yep.
It was antithetical to a lot of things anybody has seen with Carson during his career.
It is.
But then, he will have some moments in the game where he'll shake his shoulders, he'll get away from an on-charging guy, and he'll fire right to a guy in stride. Because that's why he was drafted where he was drafted. He has that. Carson still has that to him. We're just not seeing enough of it, I think, because he's being good soldier guy and pushing through his pain while they wait for the pain of the other guy to subside.
100% with you in terms of done guessing. When he's ready, he's ready. Again, the coach has been absolutely rock steady, consistent on when the ankle's good, he's going to have a chance to play. Ankle's not good, he's not playing.
Yep.
But to this end, I was reading this article. I even paid $3 for a year subscription yesterday to the Pioneer Press.
Wow.
I know it was.
Want to get up to date on St. Paul News these days, you say?
It was a big purchase. And while I was tooling around, Dane Mizutani, who covers the Minnesota Vikings, had a column and just kind of floating this out there. It's not should he start Thursday, but Dane was kind of making the point that it's actually better in the long term for Kevin O'Connell and probably this team that once that ankle is healthy, it's no longer as much. You want to win every game, but you actually in some ways are better off in the long term if you start JJ when he's healthy so that you know what you have. even if Carson in the short term gives you a better chance to win the game.
Well, right. Well done. I mean, for my taste, and Dane's a fantastic guy, too, and he does really good work for, is it TwinCitiesLive.com or something?
TwinCities.com.
Yeah, TwinCities.com. So good work there with that. I like the way that was formulated.
$3 for a year subscription.
All right, well, guess what? I mean, guess what is fact? Guess what is the reality until it's not the reality? And I don't believe in luck. I'm not you lucky suckers. All right, whatever. I said it for whatever the reason, but I'm not a luck guy. So, with that said, I'm not saying McCarthy's had bad luck. I'm saying we saw him and he was gone. We saw him and he was gone.
Right.
So until that stops, that's who he is.
Yep.
That's who he is.
The injuries factor in.
And I'm not going to look back at like injury reports from the Wolverines or IMG Academy or how many freaking Pee Wee hockey games he missed when he was growing up in the Lagrange Park. All right. I'm saying that there he was, and we liked him, and he was gone. And here he is, and they like him, and we want to like him, and then we love him fourth quarter in his home state, and he's gone.
Yeah.
That's it. That's just fact. Okay, so doctors and makeshift fake Dr. Chows can get into the probability. Okay, he's a hockey guy. Okay, J.J. McCarthy's a hockey guy. He's tough. He's naturally tough. He's a tough kid. So these things are bad, but they keep being bad.
Right.
And he keeps being gone. And until he's not gone for a long period of time, there's really nothing else to say until we start watching a voluminous amount of beautiful things that transpire. Like they, by the way, he threw a pick six at Soldier Field and we won the game.
Yep.
That's all part of raising kids. Why'd you push that $750, Ava? Why'd you push that $750 vase off that dresser? Oh, you've gotten perfect grades and these respect certificates from school for 3 years in a row now. Nice job. Why'd you push that vase off that dresser or off that table? Know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Raising kids, man. Kids are going to do things sometimes at a high level poorly and sometimes at a high level very well.
It was actually a $400 mirror off the mantle of our fireplace, but still, I get you.
Right. Well, what in the heck is a 10-year-old doing up on a mantle above a fireplace that probably is burning?
Well, she was, the fireplace was not on. She was 6 at the time, and
She climbed up?
She climbed up.
Mirror down?
Mirror down.
Jeez.
Complete disaster.
Yeah, but you know what? It's eliminating vanity.
Yes, indeed.
Within your covenant.
Because I'm standing there looking in the mirror all the time.
I just love that Christian approach. We're going to eliminate all of the vanity that's in our homes.
Oh, the things we can learn from our own children at times.
So I got a little long-winded on you there, Con.
That's all good.
I like those McCarthy, Ms. Yutani / like reality-based, like what's factual here.
Yeah.
Without speculating, soft benching, you really don't believe in him. Shut up.
No, I
don't call people liars, man, or just come out and say, if you believe, if you're at a press conference or if you're writing something or podcasting something or your super special YouTube stuff and the narrowcasting game, at least if you think somebody doesn't believe in somebody, so therefore that's why we're holding back, because we might have made a mistake here, guys.
Right.
Come out and say it. Come out and say, Kevin, I think you're lying. I think you just lied to the assembled media and the public, because I personally, I personally don't think you like the quarterback. I think you're concerned about it. His ankle's good enough to play, but you want to use the other guy because you need to win games. Just come out. Just come
say,
out.
I think you're lying.
Yeah, just be stupid like that. Just, if you're going to be stupid, come out so everybody can know you're stupid, so we at least can identify who and or what is stupid, so we can avoid it.
Well, I think that, the implication of a soft benching leads you down that road. Lying, being untruthful. Do you think there's validity to asking the question, is there second guessing? Or through those 2 games, are we not where we thought we would be with the QB, injury aside?
Well, I can't answer that because I haven't asked the question, and I'm not one that's going to speak for others like others are doing with the soft benching accusations.
No, I just mean, I think that could be a fair question in a press conference environment where,
press conference environment. I thought you were asking my opinion.
No.
So because it's like what you said yesterday, that the fact that they blew it by not taking Bo Nix. I still need to see McCarthy play the game before I can get to that finish line, okay?
I'm still very happy.
Hold on, FEMA Fairness and Mad Producer Act. He actually did not say that. It's 9 to noon cracking wise because we are KFAN Rays.
I just think, again, the soft benching is kind of inferring the idea that there's lack of truth there versus I think you could be open and honest and ask the coach, through these 2 games. You got to see 8 quarters. I know the ankle's balky, and we're going to see what the timetable is, but are you where you wanted to be with him through 2 games? And then allow the coach to kind of answer that. That kind of avoids the implication of him being untruthful about an injury, you know? That's where my head is at on it. But in the end,
you think he's lying?
No, I don't think the coach is lying.
I'm just on you today for some reason. The best. I'm just playing with you.
But okay, well, we're kind of running up against it here.
We're good.
But in the end, Carson's rolling tomorrow, and from my standpoint, I like just kind of putting a bow on that Dane Mizutani piece. I'm kind of in lockstep with him, where when the kid is healthy, when the kid does make it back to the field, I think, for good, bad, ugly, or worse, I think it's got to be JJ in there, and we're going to do everything we can to raise 9 and support him on this journey.
Full throttle. And who run? Yeah, this would be a tough road to go down. Like when I say who runs the team, okay? Well, I'm not talking about somebody with the last name Wilf. So now we can get into, you have the general manager,
right?
And you have the head coach, okay? So where when that decision is made, okay, it's full bore ahead, it's full throttle. There's no moonwalking with this kid unless he gets hurt. No matter what the outcome is, we're going to raise him, we're going to win with him, and if we lose with him and he consistently keeps making mistakes, the same mistake, then we'll start talking about that. When that decision is made, the person making that decision has to be incredibly comfortable within their own skin. And they can't let stupid columns, second guessing. They can't let little shots on social media about mistakes that may have been made. It has to be elevator music. It has to be in one ear and out the other. You have to remind yourself, I've worked a long time for this. I earned it. I earned this new piece. There were other people who voted this, and thus I won this off the 14 wins. I didn't vote for myself. That's just how it worked out because, I guess, respect or whatever. And you just got to eliminate the noise. Whomever is making this final decision that you're talking about with the quarterback or anything, and I would bet it's Kevin O'Connell. Then you have to eliminate the noise.
I agree.
I'm not like with Zimmer, okay? When he couldn't eliminate the noise, it got boisterous. I mean, like look at the petulance and the immaturity and ridiculous nature of how he handled Chris Thomason's questions.
Correct, yes.
Okay, well, go ahead and fight that. I mean, seriously, that's like coming into the lake of fire with a squirt gun. So I'm just going to go ahead and do the moonwalk on that. It's like back to the back of the room. Kevin's not like that. So that's a lot, man. There's just a lot going on right now.
There is.
And they need to win tomorrow night.
They need to win.
They need a W tomorrow night as 3.5-point underdogs at House of the Con.
I think we're going to get a W tomorrow night.
I hope we get a W tomorrow night. I hope Carson throws for 410, 3-0. I really want to see it.
That's Thousand Hills Lifetime Graze Grass-Fed Beef. Gives you Vikes Bites.
All right, it's 10:35. Covenant Ketchup, as in ketchup on the clock, coming up around the corner. As we walk up to a Covenant Ketchup of a different variety. Former Minnesota Vikings tight end Byron Chamberlain joins 25 minutes from now. He's an elite football mind. We think you'll like it, but first this.
The Fan, along with 2 men in a junk truck, want to give you a chance to win some bonus bucks with the National Cash Contest. The keyword is dollar. You can use keyword dollar and potentially win a bunch of them by entering dollar in at KFAN. It was doing a little Steely Dan, Ricky Don't Lose That Number. I had the song in my head, and now I bleeped the whole thing up. I basically got to cut the whole segment.
Well, I mean, you have to take it out of the podcast or 13 people are going to lose jobs, so just remember, okay? Just don't forget.
One of those jobs actually in here right now.
Mark the tape, 10:38. Okay.
Yep.
An hour 38 into the presentation. What are they talking about again? Oh, yeah. Alan Horton on the call this evening with Wolves and Portland Trailblazers. We got a doubleheader for you this evening on your audio leader, FM 100.3, KFAN. Now, at 7:15-ish tomorrow night from SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, the Minnesota Vikings will contest Keenan Allen and the LA Chargers. Keenan can catch passes. Let's just hope he doesn't do this again.
Keenan has been a problem today, as he is for most. 12 catches, 135 yards. And he is wide left. Now he goes in motion, and he will halo behind Herbert, who will throw it to him. Keenan's going to throw a pass. Two guys wide open, caught 25, 10, 5, touchdown, and we just got okey-doked. And the touchdown pass by Keenan Allen, the first of his career. And for the LA Chargers, the receiver, Mike Williams, on a 49-yard touchdown. Keenan Allen to Mike Williams. No Minnesota Viking within the vicinity, and is 20-10.
Well, let's also hope that when you have an opportunity to intercept a pass, you actually catch it to win a game. And you don't deflect it.
First down Chargers, two tight ends to the right, two receivers left. Herbert shotgun, blitz again, pass left, and Caleb Evans nearly had an interception.
Really?
It bounced into the arms of Josh Palmer.
Really?
And the LA Chargers have a serendipitous score. It's a 30-yard touchdown.
And by the way, when you're trying to win the game, let's make sure you throw it to the right guy. Let's make sure you throw it to the right guy.
22 seconds to go in the game.
Kill the clock, man. Kill it.
Yeah.
I mean, kill the clock. We're trying to get everything set up. Because we're trying to get a play out there, we burned about 5 or 10 extra seconds because of it.
Kirk, shotgun, back to pass, goes to the end zone.
Yeah,
ball's bouncing about, intercepted by the Chargers, and the Minnesota Vikings are 0-3.
Are you kidding me?
The ball bounced
through the
off
hands of
a
TJ.
Viking, then a Charger, I believe, and was intercepted by a member of the Chargers.
Spit it out, boy.
In the end zone. That is Kenneth Murray Jr.
Spit it out, boy. Keenan Allen needs football immortality. 13th year from Cal. So he's thrown 5 passes during his career. And he's completed 1. And you just heard it. To Mike Williams at U.S. Bank Stadium.
We got okey-doke.
The old okey-doke is what it is. 6 versus Minnesota for immortality. He averages 10 catches a game, 119 yards per game with 4 receiving touchdowns. And the only passing touchdown, as we just mentioned. Now, that center, Bradley Bozeman, I mentioned, 8th year from Alabama. He's played 120 games, 101 starts with Baltimore, Carolina, and the Chargers. He's a tough customer. Bobby Hart, their right tackle, perhaps. He's made 2 starts in 4 years. Austin Deculus, their left tackle. Now, I think Joe Alt comes back and plays, so one of these guys takes an L. But Deculus, 3rd year from LSU, they were so stuck at offensive line, they traded with Houston like a month and a half ago for a backup offensive lineman. And now Deculus has made 5 starts, 3 with the LA Chargers, and he's been in the league 3 years, so that's not a lot of starts. Zion Johnson, their left guard, 4th year from Boston College, 1st round pick in 2022. He's good. He's becoming one of the best guards in the NFL, mark my words. And the reason I say it is one major thing for their left guard, Zion Johnson, that really impresses me is in his first season, his rookie season, he's a 1st round pick, he's a beef eater. He was called for 12 penalties, 9 were accepted. His rookie year, he generated 12 flags, 3 declined, 9 accepted. As of this year, as of now, I think he has 2 against him, maybe 3, and only 4 last year. So the penalties have come way back for their left guard, Zion Johnson. He can be a handful. Aronde Gadsden, the second, number 86 for them. He's a tight end who has a little wiggle to him. 5th round rookie from Syracuse. Old schoolers may remember his father, Aronde Gadsden the first. He played 6 years in the NFL with the Miami Dolphins. Their top 2 wide receivers, Quentin Johnston and Keenan Allen, have combined for 9 touchdowns. Like our top 2 receivers, Jefferson and Addison, have a combined 2. These guys have a combined 9 touchdowns. The LA Chargers, They're the only team in the league that has, I think it's 5 guys. I'll have to look this up. It's 5 guys with like at least 1 or 2 touchdowns. Well, you got Keenan Allen 4, Quentin Johnston 5, Ladd McConkey has 2, Gadsden has 1. Yeah, I'll look that up in a minute. But for their offense to land the plane here, Justin Herbert with rookie Amarian Hampton on IR with that ankle. Justin Herbert leads the LA Chargers in rushing yards with active players.
Oh my gosh!
And he had a 41 long last game.
Yeah,
so he's still out there cooking. Now, my man has thrown 5 pick sixes. And Vidal, Haskins, we're happy for both those guys.
I don't think Haskins is going to play based on the DNPs through 2 with the hammy.
Good point. And Travion Johnson, they just assigned a running back to their practice squad, so you're probably right. Khalil Mack has played 4 years. He's in his 12th year. Khalil Mack, he's immortality. Spent 4 with the Raiders, 4 with the Bears, and now he's in his 4th with the LA Chargers. Which team do you think he amassed his most sacks? His first 4 with Oakland, his middle 4 with the Bears, or his current 4 with the LA Chargers, the Con?
I would immediately guess the Bears. I assume you're going down a road here of how productive he's been with the Chargers, but it just felt like he reached his apex or zenith with the Bears.
40.5 sacks with the Oakland Raiders.
We're coming.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Most of his career.
Okay.
And what else do we have here? Former Gopher Benjamin St. Juste. He has an interception this year, unrestricted from Washington. You mentioned earlier T.R. Tarp, 0 sacks. They got this Tuli Tuipolo, all right? 3rd year from USC, 2nd round pick in 2023. I wasn't real familiar with him.
Tipolotu?
What's to say his last name again?
I think it's Tipolotu.
Yeah, something like that. He has 5 sacks and 18 sacks in 41 games. This guy's no joke, and he's super, super fast. I believe he wears number 45. And we got Troy Dye, 6th year from Oregon. What else do we have here? He was a rookie as one of their 3 safeties. R.J. Mickens, 6th round rookie from Clemson. He's playing his 5th game. I think you can get over the top on him.
What about Tarheeb Still?
Tarheeb Still. He has 0 interceptions, 2nd year from Maryland. Oh, yeah. How about this?
Let's keep that at 0.
I should save this for tomorrow night, but Cam Hart, all right? Cam Hart is one of the 4 corners they use. He wears number 20. 2nd year from Notre Dame, 5th round pick in 2024. 0 interceptions in his career. Now, he's not the first to go a year and change without having any interceptions. My man's last interception took place 4.5 years ago in 2021 when he played at Notre Dame. On September 25th, he had a couple of interceptions from the arm of Graham Mertz, who was the quarterback for Wisconsin. So the only way that gets into the game call tomorrow night is if Cam Hart has an interception. Otherwise, it'll stay on the 9 to noon cutting floor. We'll be right back.
Man.
Short segment here, 9 to noon, and it's usually News du Nord, brought to you by V Casino at Canterbury Park, CanterburyPark.com. NFL Pro Pick'em Challenge on Thursdays. Never miss that. Opportunity to win money, maybe free fuel for a year, courtesy of Quick Trip. Wild winning last 2 nights ago. They're at the Devils tonight, 6 p.m. Wolves making their season debut. That's going to be a late one in Portland. But St. Thomas, the University of St. Thomas, a couple of cool things coming their way for the Tommies is the provisional period from a Division I standpoint, that's over. So hockey and hoops and everybody involved, playoffs in play, and just the journey of all of that, going D1, making that change. Big part of the conversation, a short one, but a fun one that I had with athletics director Dr. Phil Esten. And they're celebrating because 2 nights from now, Friday night, they're opening the Lee and Penny Anderson Arena. And it's a beautiful, fresh new venue for the Tommies and their sporting programs. And that's where I kind of started things. Congratulations on the new facility, Mr. Esten, and just talk about that journey.
Yeah, well, I tell you what, it's been quite a journey. We started this a couple of years ago with a vision, and then a large gift, the largest gift in the history of Minnesota, universities and colleges, Lee and Penny, $75 million commitment. And then, really navigating design, construction, market, everything else that we've had to navigate over a couple of years. It's really satisfying to know that we're going to finally be competing this weekend. I tell you what, as much as anything, that satisfaction was in the faces of the kids as they moved into their spaces over the last couple of weeks. And just the sheer joy that they had on their faces when they saw their new locker rooms and lounges and training spaces in the competition venue is what it's all about ultimately. And so it'll be a great experience for our student athletes and for our fans as well.
Yeah, the Lee and Penny Anderson Arena, hockey and hoops, I believe. 5,300 or so seats. Is there a favorite thing about the new facility? I just picture the idea. It's like a new car. It's like a new house. And you mentioned the student athletes themselves, how excited they are for the new facility. Is there anything as you look at it, you're like, man, I'm glad this is part of it?
Yeah, I tell you what, that for me, it's the memories that are going to be made, right? And we were able to design this in a way that it feels like it belongs on campus. It feels like it's been there for 100 years. The design and architecture is similar to what you see on our campus, the limestone siding and the Gothic architecture. But I tell you what, the memories that we know we're going to create, we've been playing off-campus hockey forever. And to know that now we can invite our alumni back to campus, give our students an opportunity to engage. Our student sections are going to be full now, where before it was difficult for them to get to Mendota Heights, to St. Tom's Academy. So those are the things that I'm looking forward to as much as anything. And then, of course, celebrating all the milestones along the way. And we've had some milestones over the last couple of years that we've celebrated as we moved through reclassification. And this is another one as we continue on this Division I journey.
No, I love that. And congratulations again on completing the project. Friday night, you're going to have Lee and Penny Anderson Arena open. You can go to TommySports.com and just learn more about the new venue. It's terrific. Now, you mentioned it. Yes.
Well, we still have tickets available, a couple tickets available. I just want to mention that, the arena sightlines are unbelievable. But we do have less than 100 tickets available for Friday night. So those that are interested, you're right, TommySports.com is the spot to find them. And we hope to see you Friday night. And if not Friday, we'll return against Providence on Saturday.
And with that said, what they're watching right now is a full D1 product, sir. 4 years of Division I, but it's kind of your D1 in name only. What has it been like making the jump, the challenge of fitting in, and then also, as you've mentioned, with at least hockey and hoops, and you've had some success along the way as well?
Yeah, the last 4 years in this provisional period that we've been in, as we've been reclassifying, we've really doubled down on culture. That's been important to us, and we believe that our best, defense, if you will, against the transfer portal has been making sure that the culture has been strong, and that student athletes love being in the locker room and love the coaches and love their teammates. And because of that, I think we've had some success. The culture has been one of those ingredients that's led to on court, on field, on ice, whatever success. And we have experienced some of that, maybe sooner than some may have thought we would, but we've won several conference championships. Both of our men's basketball and men's hockey last year competed in the conference championship game. If they win that, they win the tournament. The conference tournament. And so it has been a little bit of a journey, but now this year we've got the opportunity to go on and advance to postseason play, represent the Summit League and the university at the NCAA championship play. So excited about those opportunities now as well for our student athletes and for our fans, frankly.
Yeah, and going into it, you knew that the provisional period would be what it was. There had to be a moment specifically, with the hockey team and the hoop squad being on the brink, not having that extra step then that you now have. I mean, you are now a full D1 member. That must have been kind of frustrating in the moment, even if you knew that would potentially happen.
Yeah, it's one of those things that the NCAA laid out pretty clearly to us on the front end, that you've got this provisional period, and there are certain aspects to that you're going to just have to live with for a number of years. Frankly, when we first began on this journey, we were told it would take 12 years to fully reclassify from Division III to Division I. We did it in 4. And so, proud of the fact that we were able to demonstrate to the NCAA that this is a university's profile and commitment to excellence is one that belongs at the Division I level. But yeah, along the way, as our student athletes really had to believe in, they were part of the legacy of building the foundation for future success. And, some of those student athletes that committed to St. Thomas and are seniors on the squad this year, even juniors on the squad this year, committed not knowing if they'd have the opportunity to compete in postseason. So I tell you what, I give them a lot of credit to their commitment, their vision, their dedication, because they're at St. Thomas because they wanted to be part of the story of building a foundation for the future. And so whether that's in basketball or in hockey or football or any of our other 21 sports, those student athletes are long going to be remembered as the builders of what is our success in the future.
Big thanks to St. Thomas, the athletic director, Dr. Phil Esten, for giving me a few minutes, kind of pumping up the new arena.
Nice job with that.
Again, TommySports.com for information. Friday night, you're going to get to start watching your favorite Tommy's teams go at it. So TommySports.com. Quick, just a couple odds and ends to end News du Nord. Minnesota Wild are 6 p.m. You're going to hear that right here on your home for Wild Hockey, the Fan, the finale of a road trip before they come home, featuring the New Jersey Devils. Here is head coach John Hines with PA this morning, talking about some things that the Devils have going for him, some things that he'll be focused on tonight in the game.
Well, they're a quick team. They got some quick water bug type of forwards that have high skill, so they're pretty dangerous off the rush. Also, they do a good job because they're quick and fast. They like to get in on the forecheck, and if they can create quick turnovers off a forecheck, they're looking right for some direct plays to the slot. I'd say those are two of their probably biggest assets.
And then, of course, the Hoops team is making their season debut. Pumped to see the Wolves. Still questionable Anthony Edwards with some back spasms, so looking for health-related updates as we near the game tonight. But it is a late one. It's a double feature on the Fan. So after the Wild hopefully get 2 points against those Devils, the Wolves and the Howl get started, and hopefully a double. I think tip-off's right around 9 p.m. right here on the Fan. Alan Horton on the call for that. You're going to get to hear them get a W against those Blazers.
And we have a creature feature tomorrow evening, Thursday night, 7:15, KFAN. Your home for everything funky and fun and live sports audio. It's the Vikings and the Chargers. And to discuss that, former Minnesota Vikings tight end Byron Chamberlain with a Covenant catch-up next on KFAN.